This week's podcast is brought to you by St. Mary's School's Winter Warm-Up. This fun evening of food, drinks, auctions, and great company is all for the kids of St. Mary's School. Mark your calendars and get your tickets today for Saturday, February 21st at 5 p.m. at the Caboose in Tracy. Social hour, dinner, program, raffles, live and silent auctions, and a great night of fun, with all the proceeds benefiting the kids of St. Mary's School. St. Mary's Winter Warm-Up. Get your tickets at smswinterevent.givesmart.com.
Welcome to the 28th edition of the Headlight Hot Seat. My name is Perry, your host, and today I'm joined by a very special guest and a close friend of mine, Kim Torkelson. Thanks for joining us, Kim.
Absolutely. Happy to be here.
Let's let everyone get to know who Kim Torkelson is.
Sure. I was born and raised in Tracy, Minnesota. Grew up north of town, attended school here in Tracy. I am married to Scott. We were high school sweethearts, and we have two children, Gabriel and Oliver. Right now I work in Tracy Public Schools, and I'm the high school secretary there. I never thought I would end up working at the school I graduated from. It's kind of crazy, but I do love it.
Okay, a couple points here. High school sweethearts. How does that happen? Because I had a couple sweethearts in high school,
Right.
and that didn't work out very well. But how do you guys do that? How did it just work out?
I don't know. I guess we basically grew up together, so
And,
it just
and
works.
and working there, I wish Scott was here right now. He could give me a different answer.
He would give you a different answer.
So every time I go out to the school to cover something, I think I get the same feeling you do. It's weird, right?
Yeah.
And you feel old sometimes. Do you get
Yeah.
that feeling a lot? What's it like working there?
When I first started, it was pretty crazy. I work with some of the teachers that I had when I was a student, so that was a little bit wild. But overall, I really do love it. I get to know so many of the students and the parents. No day is ever the same, and I love the variety that brings. All the teachers there, all my coworkers are really great. It makes work so fun when you can have good coworkers to help get through the day.
So what do you do? Let's there's everything, but just your basic day in the life of Kim at Tracy Area High School.
Absolutely. My main job, I would say, is focused on attendance, making sure that students are at school and where they need to be when they're there. I'm the first person you see when you come to the high school office. I help direct people where to go, that type of deal. I'm also the person that students see when they're not feeling well. So they come to the office, need something. I'm the person that helps get them what they need or sends them home. Some students need medication. I help them with that too. Finding substitute teachers. Basically, whatever anybody needs, they come to the office and I try to help them figure that out.
So you have, just like everyone else, you have bad days. You just don't want to be there.
Yep.
Do you find it difficult sometimes to put on that smile? Like you said, you're the first face that people see, and maybe you're not feeling well or you're just out of it a little bit. Do you have to force yourself kind of, okay, I want to paint the smile on and be nice?
Sometimes, but not too much really, because usually the students can come in and, they can kind of make your day better. They have a good way of turning things around and helping you remember why you're there. And ultimately you're there for them. So
You're the information hub of the school, I'm assuming, aren't you?
Yeah. We like to joke that I'm the mom of the school.
The mom, okay.
Yep.
Well, that's good that you are a mom in real life, quote unquote.
Right, yeah.
Because you can help. It helps with, how old are your boys?
13 and 16.
So they're both in high school?
Yep.
That's kind of fun.
It's kind
What
of
is
fun.
it like for
Yeah,
you to
it's
do that?
nice. Nice to have them both in the same building with me this year.
All right. So let's pivot a little bit. Talk about the chamber. That's why you're here. You are a chamber member.
Yes.
The chamber currently does not have a director, correct?
Right.
And how is that going? I think you guys are doing it without one. Is this something that we're going to just get used to, or you're going to have to get used to, just not that one person where the buck stops, so to speak?
For now, yeah, I believe so. This will be finishing up my third year on the chamber board. And like you said, it's changed throughout the past couple of years. We've seen some directors come and go this is the first full year we've not had a director. And so we've, shared all those duties between us board members. We've had some hiccups with that in the beginning, but right now I feel like things are going really well. We have elected officers, and each of us take a little piece. And right now my role is the secretary. So I feel like sharing duties really has been working well for us.
Well, you kind of have to, whether you have a director or not. Maybe you don't have that go-to person,
Yeah.
but aren't you all kind of go-to people?
Yeah,
You
we are.
You
Absolutely.
divide and conquer type of thing.
Yep.
So we'll talk about the banquet coming up a little bit later, but just the events in general. Of course, we start with Boxcar Days. That's the biggest one, but you have a lot of other stuff going on throughout the year. Let's talk about the volunteers and the planning that goes into everything.
Sure. No event is successful without the help of other people. And we are so lucky in our community that we have so many gracious volunteers that come out and help us out. There are so many small things that happen behind the scenes for any event. I feel like still after 3 years, I'm still learning what all those little tiny things are. Our largest events have separate committees that plan and operate those, like the Prairie Women's Expo and the Boxcar Days. They each have their own little group that takes care of those. Those events happen because the few people put in a lot of work to make them successful. We can't forget the volunteers that help us out too. The big events would not be possible without the amazing number of volunteers that help us out. We have our smaller events like night golf, the garage sales, Halloween parade, photos with Santa, parade of lights, and our annual banquet. These things are put together and handled mostly by our chamber board. We each take a little piece and work on it, and then things just all fall together.
So Boxcar Days, I like to focus on that a little bit. When does the planning for that start? Do you guys take a break, like first week of September? Or do you guys roll right into it again? You got to take a break.
We take a break for 2 or 3 months, and then we pick up here the beginning of the year, and then really start. What the big things, we have to get the band booked, and we need to reserve all of our food vendors, make sure that we have picnic tables in our tent and all those types of things. So probably in February here, we'll be picking that back up. And
do you have any idea how many volunteers, like ballpark?
I don't.
It's got to be 20 or more?
More than that,
More than
I would
that?
say. Yep.
Yeah. I know.
Yep, because we have people that help put up the tent and the lighting and the signage. We have tons of volunteers who fill the bingo tent and the beer tent. Just so much work that people help chip in and put forth.
Of course, we have the Tracy Area Chamber of Commerce banquet coming up on February 7th at 5:30, correct?
Yes,
And that's at the Caboose, of course.
it is.
Let's talk about this. This is a very big event. It's not a Boxcar Days or a lighted parade. This one's a special one for me because it honors people, whether it's a farmer, a boss, a citizen. I can't remember the other. What else is there for?
We do Boss of the Year, Chamber Member of the Year, Outstanding Citizen, Volunteer of the Year, and Farmer of the Year. And then we also have a Diamond Award.
Diamond Award. I keep forgetting that. That's one of the big ones too.
It is one of the big ones, yep.
And how are we selecting these people?
So our Boss of the Year, Chamber Member, Outstanding Citizen, Volunteer, and Farmer of the Year. These awards are all chosen by committees put together of our past award winners. We had a nomination period in November and December that community members were able to send in or put in nominations for each category. And then we called meetings from all of our past award winners and asked them to come in and help determine who this year's winners would be.
And this is for the public. You don't have to be a chamber member, right, to go there?
Right. Yep.
Tickets?
Well,
So
we
it's-
have the Diamond Award too. And
Oh,
this
yeah.
award is different. It's chosen by our chamber board and given to a group or organization who's gone above and beyond in their activities for the community over the past year or years.
So we're talking, I believe a lot of, or a number of school members have won this in
Yep,
the
some
past.
school members have won it. I think Royo has won it, different organizations like that. So it'll be exciting to see who the winners are this year. It's a surprise for me too.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it always is.
Yeah.
I was honored to win it Citizen of the Year a couple years ago, and we were sitting at the same table,
Yep.
and you kept a straight face for
I
the most
did.
part. And
That's a
then
hard secret to keep.
I know, and Dr. Anderson was the winner before me, I believe, and I knew kind of right away when he started. You give it away, these speeches that are written, it kind of it's given away, but it's a nice way to to present it, having a past winner do it. And I did it last year for Greg Carlson, but it's a super fun night. Is there a silent auction this year?
There is a silent auction this year. We have a silent auction, and we also have a new cash raffle at the banquet this year that we've been selling tickets for. So for $10, you can purchase a chance to win a prize of $750, $500, or $250 in cash. And tickets for those can be purchased from any of our chamber board members or from Tracy Food Pride. And we'll draw the winner for that at the banquet, and you do not need to be present for that.
Okay. And the cost, are those tickets, that's separate from the actual
Separate
banquet
from
tickets?
the banquet ticket. And then banquet tickets can also be purchased from Tracy Food Pride, or we have them at Midwest Bank here in town. Those are $25 for an advance ticket, or you can buy them at the door for $30.
Okay. All right. That's going to be a fun night. It's something I know they fill the caboose up, but
Yeah.
I just can't understand why people wouldn't go.
It is fun. The Singing Cues will be our entertainment again this year. They always put on a fun musical show too. It's nice to have that local talent there. They play a good variety.
Yeah, those guys are good. Weren't they at Boxcar Days this
They
year?
were at Boxcar Days, yes.
They do a lot of Tracy events. It's
Yeah.
really nice to be able to have them. All right, let's talk about. Let's circle back to your job, and we're going to do a best and worst. I always finish up with this, and actually, thanks to our new principal, we don't call it the best and worst anymore. We call it the best and most challenging. It's a little less negative, I think, so we can focus on that. What is the best part of Kim's job?
I would say the best part of my job at the high school is all the relationships that I get to form with the students. I truly enjoy and appreciate each and every student in the building. They each have something special and unique to share. And I love it when they, pop in the office just to wave or say good morning or hello. It's an awesome relationship that we can form and brighten each other's day.
Do you, before we get to the most challenging, when you're wrapping your day up and you're going home, you're back into mom mode. Do you ever leave mom mode? I mean, you know what I mean? It's
Not really. Yeah.
it's a little different with your kids, but I got to imagine it's a little bit kind of the same too.
Yeah.
All right, the most challenging part of your job.
I think probably it would be at the beginning of the school year when we get new students, because I need to learn everybody and I need to know, just more than their face. I need to know what they're like, kind of know what their home life is like, because they truly come to the office for everything. And the more I can understand and know about them, the easier it can make their day.
All right, Kim, you are off the hot seat. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
This week's podcast was brought to you by St. Mary's School's Winter Warm-Up. This fun evening of food, drinks, auctions, and great company is all for the kids of St. Mary's School. Mark your calendars and get your tickets today for Saturday, February 21st at 5 p.m. at the Caboose in Tracy. Social hour, dinner, program, raffles, live and silent auctions, and a great night of fun, with all proceeds benefiting the kids of St. Mary's School. St. Mary's Winter Warm-Up. Get your tickets at smswinterevent.givesmart.com.